Уважаемые друзья, сегодня мы собрались по вопросу, который имеет...
เมื่อวันที่ 18 มีนาคมที่ผ่านมา ประธานาธิบดีวลาดิเมียร์ปูตินแห่งรัสเซียได้กล่าวสุนทรพจน์ว่าไครเมียและเซวาสโซโพลได้กลับคืนสู่อ้อมอกของแผ่นดินแม่รัสเซียอีกครั้งในขณะที่นายกรัฐมนตรียูเครนอาร์เซนี ยัตเซนยุกกล่าวว่าการกระทำของรัสเซียคือการปล้นดินแดนข้ามชาติ
Even if Russia views the Kiev government as illegitimate, but is the referendum in Crimea in itself legitimate?
Yes, because it was in accordance with the United Nations Charter, accordance with the other international law documents. You see, take Kosovo precedent, for example. United States and Western countries say that the referendum was taken contrary to Ukrainian constitution. Well, what happened in Kosovo? There was no referendum of the people. It was unilateral decision of a small company which was brought to power by the United States. They never asked Serbian government, because it was part of Serbia, Kosovo at that time. They never asked them for permission for any referendum or any other actions. They were acting contrary to Serbian constitution, but it was accepted by the United States. They said, okay, it's according to international law, okay, that's right. You shouldn't worry, we accept it. Naturally that we didn't accept it. It's the right of the United States to say that it is unconstitutional actions of a referendum is unconstitutional. But we believe and we consider it constitutional.
But is Russia's actions in supporting Crimea's referendum and accepting Crimea into its country as part of Russia a violation of Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity?
We don't consider it. According to the international law, which stipulates, I said to you, that if the people of regions who cannot have no, they cannot obtain their right, they cannot defend their rights, they cannot do what they really want in the country they're living in, that they acquire the right to express their will. It's internationally acknowledged right. So it's not the violation of the Ukrainian constitution. It's the fulfillment of the right of the people.
But the UN Charter also stipulates equal sovereignty of all member states, and no member state should use force or threat against another member state. Is Russia's action actually breaching onto Ukraine's sovereignty?
It has a special status, autonomous status.
Right.
More than that, according to Constitution, Crimea Constitution, it has the right for referendum, but it was neglected by the central government. They have the right for referendum, and they fulfill their right.
Now, the West say that Russia is annexing Crimea. They use the term annexation.
No.
For Russia, how would you
for
describe
Russia,
the situation?
For Russia and for Crimeans, it's reunion. It always was the part of Russia. And it was sort of annexed in the Soviet time, when it was gifted to Ukraine Socialist Republic. It was annexion, because there was no referendum, no any so to say asking opinion of the people. It was gifted. It was so to say breach, so to say, of constitution, by the way. But that time we don't pay attention to that.
Ambassador, but if we go back into history and we use history as an excuse for today's action, wouldn't the world become a very chaotic place then? Because all countries would actually use some historical background to say, oh, this land used to be mine. That country say, no, it used to be mine. You know, people would go back into history. That would be very chaotic then.
Well, see, we are taking into consideration the practical, the real situation in every place. Because this case was, in our opinion, it was very clear situation. It was very clear situation because all historical grounds, all judicial grounds were on the part of Crimeans. So we don't, we really consider that it was the only way out, so to say, to pacify the situation in Crimea and to fulfill the expression of the will of those people.
So if this situation is reversed, let's say Kaliningrad, the residents there hold a referendum and they want to break away from Russia, they want to join, say, Germany. Russia would allow that?
Well, you're asking very hypothetical questions.
I just want to know if the table is reversed, what would be Russia's reaction? Kaliningrad or any other region in Russia?
Well, you see, if we start to revise the results of the Second World War, it will be to the detriment of the international situation. So, of course, we should consider the will of the peoples. The Kaliningrad people do not want to leave the Russian Federation and go to any other countries. Why we should answer such hypothetical questions?